welcome to lecture 38. Now I am going to tell you about noble ferroalloys. In the last lecture I was talking about bulk ferroalloys, mainly recapping about ferrochrome, ferromanganese and silicon, which are categorized as bulk ferroalloys, mainly using carbothermic reduction process and submerged arc furnace as a process produced. It is classified into low carbon, medium carbon, high carbon, these particular bulk ferroalloys. Now coming to the noble ferroalloys, what are those particular noble ferroalloys? Why do you use it? This particular noble ferroalloys finds an important inputs, vital inputs to produce special steels or alloy steels. Especially these particular noble ferroalloys finds an suitable application. These ferroalloys are having high value, high content of addition, and it consumes low volume space, this production process. Namely, these particular noble ferroalloys are ferromolybdenum, ferrovanadium, ferrotungsten, ferrotitanium, ferroniobium. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are important noble ferroalloys. Remember these particular points, important for the Viva questions and gate examination. Now coming to these particular noble ferroalloys, just like bulk ferroalloys or carbothermic reduction process, carbon source need to be added to produce bulk ferroalloys. Whereas for this particular process, if you add carbon, it forms carbide. It could be the molybdenum, vanadium. It will not proceed ferrovanadium. That is why that particular limitation pushed to choose aluminium, add aluminium addition, so that aluminothermic process is adapted so that you can produce this particular aluminium. Oxide of molybdenum, oxide of iron will go out as aluminium oxide, and these things will remain so that you can produce this kind of noble ferroalloys. This concept need to be very clear about the noble ferroalloys. These particular processes also principally it is used as either deoxidizer or alloying agent, alloying additions. Now the quantity, how much you need to use, it depends upon whether you are using the high alloy steels with a niobium or titanium, how much amount and which grade of steel. Do you want to produce the machinable steels? Do you want to produce the high strength structure steels? It depends upon that particular grade of steel, which ferroalloy you need to use. And now let me take one example, ferromolybdenum. This particular ferromolybdenum finds it is an alloy of iron and molybdenum with varying content of 60 to 70%. Remember this particular point. Point to remember. Now point to understand. Molybdenite is the source for molybdenum. This particular ore is roasted, which is sulfide form, converted into molybdenic oxide form. This particular oxide is mixed with iron oxide and aluminium and reduced in the form of aluminothermic reaction to produce the ferromolybdenum using electric arc furnace only. Default, remember this particular point. Process, these are the raw material, this is the principal aluminothermic reaction process. Now coming to the ferrovanadium. The vanadium vary from 35 to 80%. This particular process is carried out in electric arc furnace. This is also in electric arc furnace, even though it is not mentioned. Remember that particular point for the sake of Viva questions and gate examination questions. And this particular vanadium ore, what are the raw material for this ferrovanadium? Scrap iron and V2O5 vanadium oxide and aluminium, and some amount of flux in the form of calcium fluoride or calcium oxide, CaO or CaF2 form, is added in the form of raw material, mixed and process adapted in the electric arc furnace, melted and finally produce the ferrovanadium. This particular aluminium metal is converted into aluminium in the process and goes out as a slag aluminium, and V2O5 is reduced with mixing with scrap iron ferrovanadium. Now coming to the next point, ferrotungsten. Ferrotungsten, the tungsten vary from 75 to 80% in ferrotungsten, and the raw material for ferrotungsten are ore containing wolframite or scheelite and iron scrap. These are for the source for the tungsten, this is for the source for iron, and this particular tungsten source is tungsten trioxide form ore is reduced. It can be reduced by carbothermically in electric arc furnace or metallothermically by adding silicon or aluminium. It has many ways to produce the ferrotungsten. Remember this particular special point when it is coming to the ferrotungsten. This particular ferrotungsten appears, the produced ferrotungsten appears steel grey color, and the grain structure is very fine grain structure. The fine grains consist of iron, ferrotungsten and Fe2W form of grains usually appears when you observe in the microstructure. Now coming to the ferrotitanium. The titanium may vary two different grades. One is 35% grade, the other thing is 65 to 75% of grade. Lecture 38 continued. Now I am going to tell you, just extend about the noble ferroalloys. In the last lecture I just stopped here. There was one of the addition included here, ferrotitanium. It is an alloy of titanium and iron. Broadly it is classified into two different grades. One with the titanium range of 35 to 65 range. The other thing is 65 to 75 range ferrotitanium grades. That is titanium grade. Based on the titanium grade, it is been titanium alloying addition, it is been classified. Now coming to the, it is mainly manufactured using raw materials such as titanium scrap or titanium ore such as ilmenite sand or rutile TiO2 or titanium sponge form, scrap form and sand form. These are the types of titanium raw material source, and alloying other addition of iron scrap or steel scrap is used, and mixing together with iron scrap melted in induction furnace. Remember this particular point when it has been compared with ferrovanadium and tungsten. Coming to the titanium, it is been melted in induction furnace, whereas those things are using arc furnace process. Now next alloy, ferroniobium. This particular niobium mainly varies, niobium addition 60 to 70%. This tungsten and niobium, and whereas some additions of zirconium, there was a point called niobium and tantalum cannot be separated easily. You need to use repeatedly hydrometallurgy routes, leaching process, again filtrate, again concentrate. Those series of steps you need to follow for separating only niobium from the tantalum. Always it is occurred in the form of combination of niobium and tantalum. Niobium also have another name called columbium. This is the first point about niobium. How do you acquire the niobium? Now coming to the iron scrap you use. The basic raw material for this particular niobium is pyrochlore ore, which is source of niobium, where tantalum and niobium is associated. These are separated, and that particular niobium is added with the iron scrap in electric arc furnace, produced ferroniobium. This particular niobium pyrochlore is niobium pentoxide form is produced by separating niobium and tantalum, and it is in the form of oxide. This is added with the iron scrap. Nb2O5 is mixed with iron oxide and addition of aluminium. All these particular processes are aluminothermic reduction processes. That is why you add aluminium instead of carbon. Remember this particular conceptual point, which is very much important for gate examination and viva questions, which is the principle of aluminothermic reduction process. High temperature and metal thermic reduction process, such as metal aluminium, is used to separate this particular oxides associated with the iron and niobium. Finally you will get ferroniobium, this particular point. Now conclusion about this particular noble ferroalloys and bulk ferroalloys. This particular ferroalloys demand increasing day by day. Why? Because of iron ore scarcity, pig iron production process, DRI production process. There was a very high low grade iron ore is rich. This particular thing is encouraged to produce ferroalloys. This particular ferrochrome, other question, is it true or false? The first question, answer this. Second question, ferrochrome is carbothermic reduction process, is one example from bulk ferroalloys, whereas ferrovanadium is aluminothermic reaction process, is from noble ferroalloys process. Is it true or false? Give your opinion as answer. Thank you.